now we have a test case that basically takes a set of data, provision it into a list, and uniquely deletes that item from the list again. Of course, we're not really testing anything except the ability to add and delete, basically making sure that these things are being done. So what we want to do as well, I think, is to add an assertion in the middle of this to make sure that item was added into the list. So what we'll do is basically I'll create a new test case, and it's just called validate item added. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit the record, and again, I always forget to change the URL. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the URL and say unsorted list. And then we're also going to say, let's not reload this. Never reload. So now we'll hit record, and you can hit this validate here. So what I'm doing basically is I'm creating a validation that Cuddle with Cats is in the list. So as you can see now, this validation is going to validate true if Cuddle with Cats is in the list, and if it's not in the list, it's going to validate false. So then we're basically going to be able to say, hey, this should go to success if all the items are in the list they're supposed to be, and if not, it's going to fail. So I'm just going to hit this now, and as you can see, it validates true, right? And then I'm going to try and delete it and see what happens. You see now there's a red thing here saying it doesn't find it, right? So now I can basically just reload this and run it again, and as you can see, it's there and it's working properly. So the next step would be to say, let's make this into a parameter. So what we'll do is we'll go into one of the old things, we'll just copy the parameter over, go into validate item added, add the parameter just like before, and then change in the path of the exist. In Cuddle with Cats, we'll hit, and I'll hit end contains add new item. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to make sure that if I put here add to list, this should fail, right? So basically here when I hit it, you see as it's red, and now if I set Cuddle with Cats, let's make sure that I get this right, Cuddle with Cats, it should evaluate to true. So let's see if it does that. So now it seems to be working. As you can see, it's highlighting the item in the browser, so it seems to be working well. So let's tie it all together. We'll go into the add items to list loop, and we'll plug in the validate item added in between here. And we'll add the parameter again. We use the reserved loop, just so you see they're all the same basically. We're sending the data into the add item, the validate item added, and delete item from list. And now we'll try and run this and see what happens. And as you can see, while it's running, you're getting this little green check mark, right, showing that it's working. And what we're going to do in the end is basically just look at the report and see if the test succeeded or not. As you can see, success, 21 actions out of actions were succeeded, and it was in total 12 test runs, right? 4 rows of data with 3 different test cases. So we can take a look at the report, and as you can see, here you can see that everything executed successfully. And if you want to spy into the parameter, you can just hover over this thing and you can see the different parameters that were sent in.